I have two stories I want to report on today in relation to the Muslim community. And one of them is about Islamophobia and how it is spreading here in Australia. And I'll read you that report in a moment. I'm going to read another one, though, from Sky News website, which I have to, on this occasion, congratulate Sky News for reporting something that I think is really important to us and to acknowledge the benefit a report like this has. That it is not having a go at the Islamic community, which often they do. It is in fact reporting something positive from that community, which I think underpins the general beliefs that the Islamic community has in relation to its lack of tolerance for extremism in their community. And it's important to acknowledge what certain imams are saying in relation to this. And this is what Sky News has done to their credit. So the title of the article is How Beautiful These People Are. Australia's Imam hails tolerance, calls on community to out extremists. An Australian Imam has urged believers to confront and report acquaintances with extreme views, praising Australia's response to the Bondi attack. A prominent Brisbane Imam has called on his community to expose extremists and praise Australia's tolerance following the harrowing Bondi attack. Imam Azur Akbar said to prevent terrorism, the community must challenge and disrupt extreme narratives before they escalate. Jewish Australians belong to this country just as much as anyone else. They deserve to feel safe and to enjoy the freedoms and opportunities of this nation without fear, he told the Courier Mail. If we generally want to prevent terrorism, we must challenge and disrupt extreme narratives early, before they escalate into violence. With such views going unchallenged, extremists feel empowered and begin to believe their cause is legitimate. It comes after he told his congregation silence on the attack would allow extremism to continue while labelling the shooters monsters in an address on December the 19th. May it be Muslim or non-Muslim, we cannot allow compromise on this topic because it is detrimental to the image of Islam. If you know anyone in your halakha, which is a religious circle, that has these sentiments, please speak to him, please speak to her. If we don't speak and we brush it under the carpet, there will be another monster that will come out. How many monsters will we be tolerated? This is what we need to think about. He also praised the wider community reaction to the tragedy on December the 14th. In an address, he said, a country like Pakistan, where he was brought up after he was born in England, would not have been so tolerant of a similar attack were to occur. He claimed many would burn the houses of those connected to whichever faith monsters claimed and would not listen to those trying to differentiate between religion and terrorism. I'm not saying this out of emotion. This has happened, he claimed at the time. He said the Australian people had been beautiful in their compassion. How beautiful these Australian people are. We are a minority. Two monsters from our faith, committed this crime. We cannot deny it. Still, we are walking. Still, we are talking. Still, we are doing our business. Do give the credit to the Australian family for that. Our mosques are open. We're praying. Let's pray to Allah Almighty that Allah Almighty allow this country to blossom further. And I think we need to acknowledge that that's a genuine across-the-board sentiment from the Islamic community. And we need to accept it because that is who they are. We need to differentiate between what the monsters, as he calls them, and rightfully so, did on December the 14th. And we must recognise the fact that Australians on the whole are there to unite, not to condemn. We are there to heal, not to disrupt. And it's important that all of us understand this concept so that we can make a better Australia, particularly entering into 2026. But then there's a darker side. And I need to talk about that. And this is an ABC report too, that says women wearing hijabs targeted in anti-Muslim abuse post-Bondak attacks, is Imam's counsel. So there are concerns women wearing hijabs are bearing the brunt of a horrifying wave of Islamophobia in the wake of the Bondi Beach terrorist attack, with one support service saying reports of hate incidents have increased nearly 200%. Naveed Akram, 24, faces 59 charges over the December the 14th attack, including 15 counts of murder and 1 count of committing a terrorist attack. His father, Sergeant, was shot dead by police. The Australian National Imams Council said the incident had triggered a rise in anti-Muslim sentiment, including acts of vandalism of Islamic institutions, harassment, physical intimidation, and online hate. The ANIC's Action Against Islamic Initiative, which runs a helpline for victims of Islamophobia, has recorded a near 200% increase in reported anti-Muslim hate since the attack. Specifically, since December the 14th, there have been 62 incidents officially reported to the ANIC helpline. They include a Muslim disability support worker in Levington who was assisting clients onto a bus when she had her hijab ripped off by a passing couple. A hijab-wearing Muslim woman who was egged and abused on her way to work in Redfern, and a woman spat at while wearing a hijab in Perth. Several mosques and Islam centres were also vandalised or subject to serious security incidents that were reported to police. And I think it's shameful, absolutely shameful, that there are Australians who, for whatever reason, choose to attack innocent people on the street just because of the clothes that they're wearing. It's pathetic, it's weak, it's cowardice, and that I would say that if anybody ever notices anybody saying anything inappropriate to whether you be Jewish or Muslim, that we stand up against them. We let them know that their behaviour is unacceptable. We should never let it pass. We should tell them that it is inappropriate, and we should call authorities if need be. If you're in a shopping centre and you see it happen, call a security guard. Make a stand. Let's not be silent anymore about anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. Let's make sure that everybody in our community is able to feel safe, regardless of your religious orientation, regardless of who you are, what you look like, what disability you might have, and where you were born. We should be able to make a stand against all of these things because someone needs to, and we need not be silent any longer. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section below. Please subscribe to my channel, ring the bell for further notifications. I would love to hear from you. Take care.